Hi everyone, this is Guoli, and today I'll be comparing two impressionist paintings that capture water in very different moods. Laminate's Impression Sunrise from 1872 and Alfred Sisley's The Flood in Port Marley from the late 1870s. Both are coming from the same impressionist time being, and then yet they are somehow different. So I'll say one of them shows a peaceful morning in a harbor, while the other one shows a quiet but unsettling flood in a small riverside town. They're both impressionist. How they use light, how they use color, atmosphere are in completely different ways. So first of all, let me talk about Monet. As you probably know, he was one of the founders of the Impressionism because, yeah, Impression Sunrise, which the name is Impression, famous for chasing lights and weather at different times of days. Well, giving back to sunrise, it even gave the moment in its name. But Sisley was also a key impressionist, but his style often feels calmer, more structured, and deeply tied to landscape and river scenes. Both work outdoors, in the plain air, but Monet often went from a bold color contrast and a dramatic lighting, while Sisley somehow preferred a softer harmonies and a subtle effect. So in Sunrise, we see Lake Harris harbor down a small glowing orange sun hanging in a hazy blue-gray sky. The reflection on the shimmering water, the dark silhouettes of the small boats drift in the foreground, while cranes and masts in distant fade into the mist. The brushstrokes are quickly and loosed, especially in the water, so you can almost feel the light changing minute by minute. It's intimate and fleeting, like a memory you're trying to hold on to. Yet, if we talk about Sicily Flood at Port Marley, it takes us to a very different kind of water scene. Here, it's like the streets of the small riverside town are flooded, the water reflects the pain, the pale winter glades, and then with soft blues, browns, and grays in the background, houses are stands partly submerged, I'll say, and a few figures are navigating the water in small boats. The brushworks on there are still loose, though not as loose as Monet's, but the mood is slower and somehow heavier, of course. Instead of a quick impression of a light breaking through, this feels like the time is standing. Well, still in a quiet endurance of nature's force. Well, I'll say both painting somehow focus on water and atmosphere, but Manet's is about brief, uplifting moment, while Sisley's is about the lingering condition. Monet used strong complementary colors, the orange against the blue in the background to make the scene glow, while Sisley keep his painting a low key with muted tone and blend gently. Monet's composition pulls your eye towards the bright sun, then into the back distance and the background. Sissy somehow will keep you gaze and moving across the flat water surface and repeating the shapes of the houses. As well, when talking about the brushstrokes of both of them, Monet's feels urgent, like he's racing the sun, like the moments will fade away right after he finished this last paint. And then Basisi's are steadier, matching the slow pace of the flood that lasts for days. So both reject hard outlines and sharp details, but Monet's goes for a drama and a construct feeling. And then Sissy goes for like a harmony and quiet observation, which somehow are completely different, yet both are impressionist. So together, these works showed how flexible impressionism should and could be, and Impression Sunrise helped launch the movement, proving a quick personal impression could stand as a finished work. Yet the Port Marley shows another side, using the same impressionist tool to capture the calm, persistent, rather than the fleeting light. One asks us to stop and notice for a moment, like what we did with the photograph, and the other one asks us to sit with the theme and it feels its weight. Both remind us that Impressionism wasn't just about bright colors, it was about seeing the world as it changes, whether in a single sunrise or days of still, or rising water. It's a funny thing. And that will be it for my presentation today. Thank you.